Comedy of Errors is the 9th episode of the 5th season of The Golden Girls. This is directed by Terry Hughes, and as always there will be spoilers from now as I go through the episode and share some thoughts. And I rather enjoyed this one. I think there are a lot of great moments in it, and there are some good thoughts about following your dreams before it's too late. And it starts off with Blanche actually receiving a letter from the IRS, and it turns out she kind of forgot to declare that she was getting rent from the girls, so that could be a little bit awkward, and we'll come back to Blanche in a bit. Dorothy was also going to meet a school friend, and it turns out that school friend died, and now Dorothy is looking through her yearbook and basically counting how many of her school friends are no longer around, and she realises that there were so many things she wanted to achieve that she never did. And I'll talk more about this as we go through the episode, but I think it has a really good balance of encouraging people to reach for their dreams while they still have time, but also suggesting that dreams can change. And I'll talk about that when we get there. Rose also has a problem, and this is because somebody doesn't like her. Roger does not like her. And Rose just does not understand this. As she says, Dorothy, you're the smart one, and Blanche, you're the sexy one, and Sophia, you're the old one. I'm the nice one. Everybody always likes me. And Sophia responds, the old one isn't so crazy about you, which I quite liked. And Rose has a plan. She's going to replace Roger's pet, who recently died, unfortunately, poor Sparky, and she's going to get him a new cat. Sometime later, Roger then arrives with the cat in the carrier, and it turns out the cat had attacked him. It wasn't a very friendly cat. This is Oliver Clark playing Roger, and yeah, first of all, don't ever buy somebody a cat without... I mean, buy me cats all you want, but don't buy anybody a cat without asking them first, because now we have a cat with no home. Although, we do quickly get a new home for it, as Sophia knows somebody who has rats or mice. I can't remember, one of the two. And Blanche is still panicking about the IRS, and we'll come back to that towards the end of the episode. Dorothy has decided to sign up for a slot at a comedy club, and she's practicing. Sophia's not being very supportive, but she does let Dorothy practice her set in front of her, and she times it, and it comes to 5 minutes, 10 seconds. And Dorothy says, that's a little long, what shall I cut? To which Sophia responds, after hearing that act, your throat, which is very mean, but it was funny. And Blanche comes back in from being with the accountant, and then Rose comes in and she's made a cake, a friendship cake from St. Olaf, to take to Roger. And we do get a little bit of emotion here as Rose explains that the reason she's always trying to be so happy and friendly is because she realised when she was at the orphanage at St. Olaf that the happy, smiley kids were the ones who got adopted. And it's kind of really moving. And if anybody ever thinks Rose is maybe a little too happy, which can definitely be the case, hearing that definitely helps to make it seem like, actually, let's just let Rose be happy and sunshiny all of the time. It's not actually harming anybody. Well, it hurt Roger because the cat mauled his hand, but other than that, generally it's okay. And Blanche tells Rose a story, and after telling the story, Dorothy turns to Blanche and said that she realises they might have more in common than she thought. And Blanche explained, we don't have anything in common. That was a story Sophia told me about you. So definitely good fun. And Rose goes to Roger to deliver the cake. And Roger made a very good point. He said if they were friends, she would have respected his wishes and left him alone. And he said to her, if you were my friend, would you leave me alone? And she said yes, because friends respect each other. It's the right thing to do. So he said, right, we're friends. Now leave me alone. And Rose was really happy. That's all she wanted. She just wanted that confirmation that they were friends, even though maybe deep down she knows that's not the case. And then we're at the comedy club, really nice atmosphere. And Dorothy quite quickly goes on stage. And the first couple of seconds are not off to the strongest start. Sophia heckles a little bit. And then Dorothy finds her niche, and she tells stories of her life and about living with the 3 other girls, and it's quite refreshing, and people seem to like it, and I rather enjoyed it. And afterwards, when they're at home, Dorothy said that she's not going to do it anymore, and this is the part of the episode that I really love, because she realises that while she never achieved that dream of being an entertainer permanently, she does get a lot of that satisfaction of standing up in front of a classroom and teaching people, and it's a different kind of satisfaction, but slightly similar as well in a lot of ways, or in some ways at least. And I love the fact that the dream she had once upon a time may not be what she wants to have now. She clearly doesn't want to permanently be a stand-up comedian. I think it was fine for her to just try it once, and there we have a really great message that dreams can change. And they did for Dorothy, and that's absolutely fine. And then Blanche comes in dressed very, very elegantly for the IRS guy, and I thought it was pretty obvious what was about to happen, but I still enjoyed the reveal because there's a knock at the door, and Blanche goes to the door about to greet the IRS man, and it's a woman. And she realises she can't flirt her way out of this one, so she doesn't even try, and she just says, come into the kitchen and I'll write you a check. There's no point in even trying. So I rather thought that was a nice way to end things, and I like the fact as well that she didn't just get away with not paying whatever money she owed, because that wouldn't be the best of messages. So an all-round really great episode. I think it was really nice for Dorothy to have that chance to try that dream, but for her to then realise that actually in some ways she achieved that dream, what she was looking to do, to stand up in front of a crowd, and well, now she gets to educate them, and it definitely shows that dreams can change, they can adapt, and that's okay. And if you try one of your old dreams and realise you don't want to do it anymore, as Dorothy did, that's brilliant as well. I feel like, not to get up my own soapbox or anything, but I feel like we're constantly having this pressure to set a goal, and if we stray from that goal by choice, it's seen as a failure. And I speak as somebody who had very specific career goals for a very long time. And then at some point I realised this isn't what I want. This is what I think I should want. And I was able to change direction, and I don't have any regrets. And I think that it's important to remember that just because you change your dreams and change your goals, that doesn't mean you failed. Whereas I feel like there is this pressure to keep your goals, and if you don't achieve them, it's a bad thing. But it's not. If you're not interested in it, why waste time? So I think we have some really good takeaways here. But what we got of Dorothy doing stand-up was quite enjoyable. And if she chose to do it long-term or chose to go back to it, that would be great as well. Ultimately, needless to say, Comedy of Errors is a pretty enjoyable episode of The Golden Girls.